I'm Abigail Link, and I go to Uray High School.
And I'm Alexi Yanosky from Montrose High School. And this summer, we got to do a 4-week internship in the Virgin Islands on the island of St. Croix at the Mormon Aesthetic Center. So getting to St. Croix, we had a flight out of Grand Junction. Our flight day was 17 hours. We got there at 9 o'clock at night. As you can see, the flight, that's the picture. It was dark out.
And when we got there, you could immediately feel the humidity and see the hurricane damage that happened from the hurricane before. So you could still see that.
So we are going to warn you, there are some very graphic images. Because we were in surgery, we have blood and gore, so if you have a weak stomach, please look away because they are pretty graphic. So on the far right, the top picture, oh boy, is a surgery that we got to go into the OR with. A man was in a drunk driving accident. He had fractured his mandible under his left molar in the right angle, and we got to watch Dr. Mormon screw in a plate to put the jaw back together. The patient then had to have his jaw wired shut to have proper hearing of the jaw. The bottom left picture is a hernia. A hernia is just a sac of fluid that comes through muscles. They usually bulge, and they are just cause discomfort, sometimes can be more serious. But that was a surgery of Dr. Mormon taking out the hernia.
Another surgery that we did, up on that right, from previous scar tissue, a woman was having difficulty bending her hand, so Dr. Mormon had to come in, remove that scar tissue, and then put a big old metal stick in there that she had to wear for a few weeks in order to let it heal properly and heal straight.
And then this picture was just us in the office. He has his own practice on the island. In the office, we watched a lot of skin lesion removal. We watched a lot of post and pre-op patients, and that was just us doing some fun paperwork for insurance companies. So, woohoo!
So one of the most, that one's the worst. So one of the most interesting cases that we got to see was a man was using a handsaw, and the handsaw did not go into the wood, went into his arm. And so Dr. Mormon came in and repaired the radial artery. He repaired some of the tendons, which I got to hold the guy's hand like this for a couple hours. We were in there for about 4 hours.
Yeah, we got to scrub into the surgery, which means that we were completely in. We were in the surgery, in the action.
And holding
the patient.
Just so he could do this.
It was crazy. These next few pictures right here are different types of hernias. Dr. Mormon also does general surgery on the island because it's so small. This one right here is a inguinal hernia, which usually comes right into the groin area of males mostly. This one right here is an umbilical hernia. We took this one out of a female patient. It grew right in her belly button. And this one was a reoccurring ventral hernia that came back in a man who had already had it surgically meshed down. It had broke through the mesh again. So we took it out because it was obviously a problem. And then, oh my gosh, can you hear me? And then this is me, scrubbed into our last surgery. I was scrubbed in with a burn patient. He was in a car accident a few years before, so had very bad scar tissue. And he had discharge ports in his face, and they got infected. They were oozing pus, so we went in and cleaned them out. And I actually got to help Dr. Mormon suture up the patient's face. It was very nerve-wracking, but very, very interesting.
And then for my last surgery, I had a hand surgery with a woman who had a ganglion cyst in between two tendons right here, and then I also got to stitch up part of her hand. That was really, really cool.
And then this is just us. This is just us in the OR, just watching Dr. Mormon. We couldn't scrub into these surgeries, so.
So out of the office, we got to go sailing and Alexa got to go snorkeling for the first time. We explored the island and got to see the culture and some more of the hurricane damage that was there, but the island in total is actually repaired very well considering of how bad that was. And we spent a lot of time with Stefan.
Our host brother, he's this one right here.
He's great.
Some more out-of-office fun, because we're going to brag a little bit about the Virgin Islands. This picture over here, we were doing a bioluminescent bay tour where there's only 7 of them in the world. It's where organisms, when they come in contact with friction, they glow. And so we got to go kayaking, and it was like one of those cool movie things. You like run your hand through and the water lights up. We also caught jellyfish. It was awesome.
We got to hold them
in our hands. Hold them. This right here is us jet skiing. Abby and Stefan are not fans of jet skis anymore. Take it as you will.
Yeah.
This was us snorkeling at the National Monument of Buck Island. We swam 15 feet within a coral shark and about 15 feet of a, oh my gosh, we scared 3 sharks, actually.
Yeah.
They were all around
They're
us.
too close.
I'm not a shark fan. And then this was us on the boat to the tour of Buck Island. This is Buck Island over here in the background.
I'm also holding a lot of ramen in the
Yes,
middle picture.
this is us being college students and eating a lot of ramen. It was great.
And Stefan was drowning me in that one picture. So, some recommendations for future Pinhead interns is bring your own water filter if you're going outside of like the states that we did, because we just boiled water and put them back into like little
Containers,
plastic.
and this was after Abby got sick, and
I got very sick. From
it was
the
not
water.
good.
Don't be afraid to apply. These all look really scary, and you're probably thinking, man, I have to be really smart in order to get onto these. But if you're just really driven, then you can do anything.
And
And-
just enjoy it.
Enjoy it.
And just a huge thank you to everybody that supported us and got us here.